Hey guys, this is Forsaken Reality here with the 47th episode of the Multiplayer RPG Tutorial Series. In this one, we're going to be setting up our overhead material for our lock-on mesh so that it won't just display a mesh like that right overhead with the symbol. It'll actually have a material displaying on that. It'll have a transparent background and stuff, so it will only display the color like in the first video. So without further ado, we will get into setting up this material. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is actually just going to take I already have it over here, so we're going to want to go into our materials folder, and I'm just going to right click and create a new material. Call this material underscore, and that'll be our target below. Open this up. And first thing we're going to do is this is going to be a translucent material, so we have access to our opacity. And we are going to need a color node, so hold 3 and click, and that will give you this color node. And right click and convert to parameter so that we can use it in our material instances and adjust that there. I'm just going to give it a default color so it's not black. And the way we're going to get our color is first we're going to want to get plug this in over here for now. Okay, so we need to get a texture coordinate. So we want to type in this to get a texture coordinate. And we're going to drag out of this, and we're going to hold M and click. Going to multiply, plug this in. And we're going to hold 1 and click, and that will get a constant parameter. And we want to convert to a parameter so that we can adjust this in our material instance. And this is going to be the amount of lines that we display. And I'm just going to default this value to 5. So basically there'll be lines moving through it, the material that we're going to be using. We set up in different ways and mess around with these to get a look that you want once we finish. So you want to drag it up here and get a panner. That'll allow us to adjust our time, speed. Just going to get a constant value, plug in the speed there, because we're going to actually adjust our speed elsewhere. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to right click and type in time. We're going to multiply node by holding M and clicking. And hold 1 and click to get a constant. Right click to convert it to a parameter. And it's just going to be our line speed. So how fast our lines move, which I'll show you once we get this plugged in. We'll plug this into time. And that'll be our line movement speed. And we need a texture sample, so hold T and click. I'll give you a texture sample. Plug this into our UV. And the texture I'm going to use for now came with our Greystone character a while ago. And it's our one of these gradients right here, and the one I'm going to use is the Laser Soft M. You'll notice that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. that actually did adjust that there. Didn't update the visual for it. But you know, now there's 3. I guess we need to turn on our live preview or save it. And our live update would be right here. I'm just going to set this back to 5. Save. And I'm just going to... That's annoying me. That's the one we had on anyway, so there's 5 lines. And that's our line texture. And from here, we're going to create a multiply node, plug this into our color, our base color. It's going to come down to our RGB of our texture. And you'll notice we have this now. But there is not a transparent background, I believe. No, that's not moving. That's because our line speed is actually set here. So we want to set this to 1. You'll notice that there's still a black background in it, which is not the effect that we want unless you do. Then there you go. But that's not what I want. I'm just going to comment this color. And now we're going to deal with our opacity. So this is actually pretty easy. We just need to plug the RGBA into our opacity right here. And now we have, now it's opaque around the color. And I'm also going to add some glow to it. So to do that, we're going to click create a constant, right click to convert that to parameter. That's going to be our emissive that we can adjust in our material instance. I'm going to set this to 10 for default. Create a multiply node. And we're going to multiply the emissive by the color. And that will, we're going to need to do one more thing, I believe, here. We grab our alpha, or we print our multiply node. And we grab our alpha here. And our multiply here. Plug this into our emissive, I believe. Just go test this, see how that would look. I can't remember why exactly I added this one. Just gonna leave that there like that for now. That's fine. If we need it later, we will. I think I was trying to get the deal with something in the center of the material. That seems to be exactly the same as I have it. So now we have this set up. We can comment emissive. And there is our material setup. So we want to use that material. We can go to our blueprints, AI, master, NPC, lock on mesh. And we can set our target glow material. And notice we'll have the glowing material displaying on the AI like that. And I'm just going to show you a few material instances. So you can create a material instance. Just going to make a green one. And make sure you want to check these boxes on so you can adjust them. You want to adjust them. So now we have a green glow. Set the line amount to 2. And the emissive to 25. And we can set them per NPC. So example, if you have a child NPC and you want to set specifically, you can come in here and set that. Or you can actually just go into the world if you want just the individual NPC, which is what I'm just going to do to show you the material differences. Basically, if you don't want it just on one individual NPC, like if I create another talking NPC that I like of him, I can't, won't have this material basically. And then I'll get my target gold green and just put it on him like that. Now my green material. These guys still use the yellow. But yeah, I could set this up. So, for example, I'll just make a red one quickly. I'm gonna duplicate this one. It's still a child material instance. And make that red. We'll turn the emissive down. Add some more lines. Turn the speed up, just mess around with some settings. Okay, so now that that's there, we have to go into our attack dummy, lock on mesh. And we can set our material instance, and now for all of our red guys specifically, we'll have that one. And for our green guy, this guy specifically will have this one, but put another green guy in the world, he would have our default, whatever is set in the master. So yeah, that's basically how this material glow is going to work. Just double checking to make sure I have everything set up the way it should be. And yes, everything looks to be good. That's going to be everything for this episode. If you found this video helpful and you want to see more, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new tutorial video uploads. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, feel free to leave those in the comments section below, or join my community Discord using the link in the description. Thanks, and I'll see you all in the next episode.